working, that's why I am. Better move that link cable, bro, you can't twang. There ain't no fainting round here, fam, my gang. I will straight for your HB, that's why they call man. Yo, talking like say you're gonna sky me. When I draw for the ball, you be like, why me? Trust me, cuz one by one I'll make.
Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you've just seen the title, you've seen it as don't ever use this on your BMW, and I'm going to show you what these things are and never to do on your BMW. Now there's a lot of YouTubers going out their way and showing you guys the absolute wrong way, and this is because most of them are home DIYers. They have no experience in this kind of stuff, and if they did, they would know how to change the setting to make it so you can use this instead of just going ahead and doing what they do. Now I'm not going to explain too much in this, but we're going to go onto the car and I'm going to show you what everyone's always doing wrong and why they brick their modules and why they tear down their whole car and why they end up with the EWS manipulation based on this one simple flaw that they keep doing. And you guys obviously are jumping to YouTube, seeing these guys do it, and you think it's okay to do it. And take it from my experience, I have a lot of experience. Most of these YouTubers that are doing this now have followed my videos to be able to manage to do this. I know a lot of them very well. They go asking for professionals for help, and that's because I'm very good friends with all the people that do exactly what I do. I'm not going to mention any names, but a lot of the YouTube channels know. They've been going to my friends for their MSD80 to be cloned, and my friend told me already about this, and what they're not aware is they're not professionals, and they tried to ask him to be on their channel, and he refused because he wanted the money, not to be on their videos. Now they don't have experience, because if they did, they wouldn't be asking someone else to do it, which I can do all of this. So this just goes to show, you're watching them as a home DIYer. They're just your average home DIYer. They know nothing else, and they're leading you guys the wrong way, and I'm going to teach you the correct way. Now their videos may come up with mine, may be recommended to you. I suggest you guys not to follow their videos, because they're leading you, giving you the wrong example. And take this from my advice, I'm not telling you any other way. This is the absolute correct advice I'm giving you. Do not follow their videos, because what they're using is completely wrong, and I'm going to show you that as we go onto the car now. So as you guys will see here, this is the battery in the rear of the car. Now, as many of you guys know, just like old-fashioned cars, a lot of you would think that you would just plug up cables to the battery and charge the system, or you think that it's going to keep the battery maintained correctly during programming. Let me tell you something right now. This is the wrong way of doing it. Don't ever connect it to the battery. I've been seeing a lot of people using jump leads to keep this car maintained while programming from another car. That's not going to keep your car running perfectly. I'm telling you that right now, and it's not going to keep the voltage to the car at all. So if you're thinking of doing that, you're completely wrong. Second thing is, I'm seeing a lot of people, when their car don't start, is take out this right here. Now, as you guys know, that's the IBS sensor for the car right there, and I advise you strongly never to disconnect that either when your car don't start, which a lot of people do when they realize their battery's flat, because this is holding off the voltage and keeping more power still to the modules. What a lot of people do is when their battery goes flat on these cars, they end up disconnecting that just to make their car to start, and usually this is never the fault, which is the IBS sensor on them. And it also plugs up to here, as you would have seen in my video as well. This is the IBS sensor. Don't ever remove that. BMW rectified this issue, and they never had another issue since then. So as you guys will see right there, we have the proper BMW battery charger, not your CTEK rubbish, which was sent to me by BMW themselves. Now I know a lot of people seem to believe on YouTube, which are not experts, as I said to guys, these are home DIYers, believe that this works for programming. You cannot, and I mean not, use this for programming at all. This cannot keep the power for the right amount of power that the car needs when programming. This will not keep up. The fuel pump drains a lot of power from the battery. You need to have the correct power supply, and I see a lot of people always using this CTEK rubbish as a battery charger. This is a proper BMW one, and I still would never trust this during programming. You don't ever use these at all, and this is what a lot of people are doing, connecting it up to the battery, which is the wrong thing to do. You don't ever connect these up to the battery for programming or any sort of method like that. Now these guys, what they don't realize is, when you use WinKFP flashing, you can switch it over for battery charger if you wish to, but a lot of people don't know how to do that. So they just go ahead and program their car, and then it's set to voltage stabilizer. Now a lot of you guys don't know what that is. So I'm going to show you what that is and how to use it, and I'm going to show you the one I use, which is a professional one. But please do not ever believe anyone who tells you to use this while programming. Don't ever use this. This does not work. The main common cause why it's working and why sometimes it does work is because your battery, you just replaced your battery. That's the only time I would ever do programming. You do not use to use this silly little device right here, which is a battery charger, CTEK, BMW, whatever they are. These are not good for programming. Do not ever try and use this. Doesn't matter what battery charge you got, it all goes by your battery. And it also goes by how new that battery is. Do not try and think of using a battery charger by any means. Battery charger is not what BMW recommend. This has all come from these stupid DIYers on YouTube who make you believe you need a actual battery charger. You do not. It's not called a battery maintainer. It's not called a battery charger. It's not called a battery stabilizer. It's not called any of them. And I'm going to show you the kind of system I use for this, for my car, when programming in all other cars. And this is why I don't end up with your EWS system, which is usually manipulated, or a fried module. A lot of people always think to jump the car from the rear of the boot here, pull it on these pins as you see right here, and then jump start from the battery. You don't ever do that, because this has the IBS sensor which monitors the power come from the alternator, power it from the battery. You end up sending too much power with ain't going through the IBS straight into the modules. Don't ever put the battery charger or any sort of battery charger or any kind of power supply onto your battery. Like I said, I have had people using friends' cars and putting jump leads on the battery while programming. Don't ever do that. That is a big no-no. If your car battery is dead, that's it. Before you do programming, make sure you have the correct device. I always check with people. Usually if I do it for people, I always make sure their battery is fully stable. When updating the DME gearbox, usually it can handle it because it's like 10 minutes each flash. But don't ever think of putting this thing on your car. These are battery chargers only, and I recommend not even to dare put that on your car by any means necessary. Okay guys, so can you see these two terminals here? These are the correct points that you need to charge the car from. And also when you program from, these are the programming cables, and these are also the jump cables. Do not ever try and jump start the car from the rear of the car through the battery. These are the cables here. BMW put these here for a reason. This is the same ones when you go into BMW and they program your car. These are going to be the ports they're going to plug up the stabilizer to. Do not ever think of plugging a battery charger up to it. A battery charger is not sufficient. It is not correct and it is not sufficient. Not even BMW dealer will tell you the same thing. Do not try and use a battery charger. You will not be able to program with a battery charger by any means. You cannot maintain the voltage correctly. And these cars need to stay at 14 volts throughout the whole programming session. And I'm telling you guys right now, if you ever try and use ISTA-P, you will never be able to program using a battery charger. It has to be a voltage stabilizer, which is what I'm going to show you what one looks like right now. So guys, I don't know if you can see there, but look at the size of the jump leads for this voltage stabilizer. Now you'll also notice on the back here, they plug into the stabilizer, which you'll see right there, and they disconnect. As you'll see right here, they've got screens which show voltage and amperage. Now, as you guys know here, these keep them dead on at 14.2. They also have an adjust feature, which you can see right there, which you can lower it or heighten it depending on the car, depending on how many modules, because not all cars need to be at 14.2, but for ISTA-P programming and also Mercedes, they need to be at 14.2 when you use the main dealer program. Now this system right here is what a lot of people get confused with your ordinary battery charger. As you see right here, this is not your ordinary battery charger. This is a proper stabilizer, as you see right there, with the leads built in properly at the back. No, these are not cheap, and I know you guys are going to say, but what if you can't afford it? And I'm just going to state to you right now, you do not need to have this system either if you've got a new battery on your car and you want your modules updated. If you're not updating the whole car, you do not need this. A lot of people don't even realize, but if you've got a flat battery, always check your battery. I warn you now, do not even think of trying to program with a untold battery. And this is what I mean, guys. A lot of these YouTubers are influencing you the wrong way because they have no idea. This is a voltage stabilizer. They probably can't afford this because these are not cheap, and these also are not your average knockoff crap that you can buy. These are exactly like the BMW dealer ones. I use it day in, day out with no issues as well. You guys know how I feel about it. Most of these YouTubers have copied what I do and are then trying to relate it to you like they've taught you something new. None of them have taught you anything new. The majority of these YouTubers that are doing this now have all learned from me, and they're all subscribed to me, because just remember guys, I can see all the YouTubers. I'm not going to go through their names, but they already know who they are, and I'm sure they're going to watch this video now because they're even going to be curious to know what an actual voltage stabilizer is. So as you'll see here, guys, these are the cables used for the voltage stabilizer. As you'll see right here, they've got pins that plug into the back of the proper stabilizer. This is how BMW would use them. You'll see them right there. They're the pins on them that you plug in. These are not your cheap battery chargers. These are not your cheap battery maintainers. This is what you need for professional programming. You guys know I'm the one who kicked all this off on YouTube. I am a professional at what I do, and I have all the equipment for this kind of stuff. I do not do this on the cheap like many of them do, and then they wonder why their midgets get bricked, and then they're running around asking people for help with their car because they need help with their ECU because they can't even do it themselves. This is a lot of the case, guys. Do not believe all these other YouTubers. You guys have to remember, in America, it was a very small market. Everyone has learned by me. I'm a pro at what I do. I've been doing this for the last 10 years, and I'm advising you the correct way. You take my word on this. I kicked all this off. And like I say, I'm the main head and the godfather of YouTube for the programming side of things. And if you guys don't believe me, I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me as well on this kind of stuff. I have done it for many people across the globe, many people without fail, and all of them will tell you the same thing, that all their modules are fine and still perfect from day one because I do it correctly. Now, these guys influence you the wrong way. Now, when they influence you the wrong way, if something goes wrong with your car, are they going to be able to help you? No, because they don't have the skills or ability to be able to help you, and they're not professional. They'll leave you stranded telling you they don't know what you've done, and probably to contact me because I'm the only one, and they all know that. They all know that of the level of what I do. And that's it, guys. They all copy me. So, guys, as you would have just seen there, I've just shown you the correct way and what you should use to program your car. Battery charger is, as it states, a battery charger. It is not going to keep up with the programming when the programming is draining power quicker than your battery charger can keep up. Now, this is why, guys, I have limited my knowledge on giving out certain videos for people, but I just thought I wanted to put this out to the correct way so people stop thinking that everyone uses a battery charger, because they do not. Only idiots use battery chargers. Battery charger is not what's used in the professional world, and battery charger is not what I recommend. I've limited all the knowledge. Based on that, I'm going to be only providing it to members. So if these other YouTubers want to try and follow what I'm doing, they're going to have to pay me. It's very simple as my knowledge I'm not going to keep putting out there for other people to follow like they have. They've got the amateur software, and a lot of people that do this only know how to use this to be, and ISTA and things like that. They do not know how to use the other side of the systems like I do. Like I sometimes program with other programs, another 4 programs, so I say. Like I said to you guys, there's a lot of different programs. I use even different ones on the bench. There's other programs that program for you and do everything for you. Like I said, stop listening to other YouTubers on this subject. They don't know what they're doing. Like I said, I don't want to give no names out, but if I have to, I will. I've already got the proof as well, and I put in that one of these guys decided to message my friend asking him for help with his ECU, and he was going to put him on his YouTube channel. Now, if he had any knowledge, he would know how to do that himself. But I don't want to state no names, like I say, but you know, I know a lot more than what they think I know. And like I say, I'm the head on YouTube for this. I'm the godfather for what I do, and that's probably why they never come to me, because they'll be shameful, because as you guys know, if they have to ask me for help, it don't look good for them, considering they're trying to follow me. And like I say, I don't advise people on that level, and like I say, I think that's what they wanted my friend to do. My friend told them no. Me and anyone else that does this, we don't share the knowledge. This is something you pick up over time, and it's not something you just dish out and to teach people how to do this. This is something that, like I say, is for professional use and obviously engineering use, and it's not going to be put out just by any YouTuber showing how to do this. No person that does what I do will come to YouTube and show how to do this just willy-nilly and just for the sake of it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, and I hope this has cleared a lot of things up. Like I said, do not go believing what these other YouTubers tell you. And like I said, guys, I am the headmaster of this, the godfather of YouTube for the programming. If you do need any questions answered regarding this, please contact me first. Other YouTubers will not get back to you because they don't even have a clue what they're talking about. If they tell you to use a battery charger, desubscribe from them and get away from them as quick as possible, because they're influencing you the wrong way. Thank you very much, guys, and goodbye.